Good evening and welcome to Weekend News, reaching you live from the Sierra Leone Broadcasting Corporation on Channel 31. I am Esther Suzanette Bassi. Coming up, President Bio urges private investment in agriculture after inspecting progress at Somabom Rice Farm. Health for All Coalition begins 300 days 000 campaign to end preventable maternal and child deaths. And the Sierra Leone Bar Association postpones its annual general meeting and elections. Well, these stories and more in this edition of Weekend News. Please stay with us. Welcome back. We'll start today's newscast with presidency. President Julius Maada Bio has attended the 3-day National Council of Paramount Chiefs Conference 2026 in Bo City. Traditional leaders from Sierra Leone, so 190 chiefdoms gathered in the country's second largest city for discussions focused on strengthening security, promoting good governance, and enhancing the role of traditional authorities in national development. Our State House correspondent Margaret Senge reports.
Paramount chiefs from across Sierra Leone gathered in Bo for the 2026 National Council of Paramount Chiefs Conference. The 3-day meeting held under the theme Safeguarding Partnership to Establish Practical Mechanism for Sustainable Collaboration between the State and Institution of Chieftaincy. The conference provides a platform for chiefs and the government to discuss security, governance, and community development. It also reaffirms the role of traditional leaders in promoting peace and stability. Opening the conference, President Julius Maada Bio said the institution of chieftaincy had been weakened over the years by politics. He described paramount chiefs as the foundation of Sierra Leone's governance system and declared that the institution was being restored. The president urged chiefs to know who enters their chiefdom and remain vigilant against security threats.
This is my redemption time. We don't start for Guilherme Motuka, we're not done yet. But for this meeting, come and not so serious. I say, let me tell Motuka where they give us. They ask the government, we send some people that they today we don't say let them this now. They go for can go back. How then they go per bike? It's not respectable. I don't see paramount chief they sit down the whole that stuff so per bike. The priest go inside that gown and say then what can they when they get there for them? We will complete them to the 190. Every paramount chief forget. Every paramount chief together. And we they make sure say we're giving us something, we will make at least if nothing not happens, let's move the commodity use. Yes, we have for no good at the number of children. Through the town children, through the section children. Bad people that they move. We have for no. They for report owner. We see one person in Capo, we don't know. Now this person in Fambo or now this person in Paddy, this, that. We note down there. When anything go wrong, we know so that the only stranger this way come. They can't give now the power then, but we go hold our responsibility truth this time around. When something go wrong, we're so careless, like that one where they talk about. Then they create the whole place, then they trade, they do the ceremony them, then they tie this, you know. And peace. Cohesion, one of the paramount chiefs. Tribalism not for the this country.
President Bio recalled the failed coup attempts of November 26, 2023. He said some of the plotters operated in chiefdoms without the knowledge of the paramount chiefs. He also urged chiefs to help combat illegal drugs, illicit mining, environmental destruction, and tribalism. The president announced that the government has now provided 55 vehicles to paramount chiefs since 2018, including 10 more handed over at the conference. Chairman of National Council of Paramount Chiefs, PC Fasuluku III, said, "The council remains an important bridge between traditional authorities and the central government."
On behalf of myself and my colleague Paramount Chiefs, we want to tell President Makuba Buteki for the 5 game changers, including human capital development, Feed Sierra Leone program, and infrastructure development programs. Where on most of the communities and the country today would tell you thank you. And they also appeal as if we were ungrateful, but we're not rich all. So they expect what you and what you about say not rich, they make it richly. As I've been not said before, that the institution of chieftaincy in this country is a very critical component for governance structure of the country. Therefore, with society not changed so much over the years, but chieftaincy still continue for maintaining relevance and effectiveness in providing support to central government. And this don't become possible because we know prone to foresee we not take change. We have ability to adapt and for improve.
PC Fasuluku III highlighted achievements of the council, including establishing the first office in Freetown, adopting its first constitution, and supporting government's response during COVID-19 pandemic. He also described paramount chiefs as agents of development under the Chieftaincy Act. National Security Coordinator Abdullahi Koka said, "Paramount chiefs are critical partners in safeguarding communities."
We also wish to pay special tribute to our paramount chiefs for generations. You have been the custodian of our tradition and the foundation of leadership within your communities, maintaining peace, resolving disputes, preserving our shared values. For today, as the vital link between communities and the states, your leadership remains indispensable to national peace, security, and good governance. We deeply value your enduring partnership in safeguarding the peace and stability of our nation. Thank you, Paramount Chiefs.
Mr. Coker also said, Sierra Leone faces evolving threats, including violent extremism, illicit drugs, human trafficking, and farmer-herder conflicts. He called for stronger collaboration between the Office of National Security and the Paramount Chiefs. Minister of Local Government and Community Affairs, Tamba Lamina, described chieftaincies as the foundation of local governance.
Paramount Chiefs, we are the building block of governance, the foundation block of the local government sector. We also we local council leaders, we bring them come inside. The chairman, the mayor, and the mayors. When Paramount Chief that day, they decide to talk to each other and tell themselves true word. A lot of peace they did at their community. And strengthening the chieftaincy, especially the National Council of Paramount Chiefs. I feel say the kind of work I don't do. And I want to pay particular recognition to the current leadership of the National Council. They work very hard under very tough circumstances, but the kind of support they're not giving, I really want to appreciate them.
Minister Lamina said the conference is the first to bring together paramount chiefs from across Sierra Leone under one roof to focus on security and governance. The conference ended with government and the National Council of Paramount Chiefs reaffirming their commitment to work together to keep every chiefdom safe and every community secured. Margaret Senge, SLBC News, Botown.
The government of Sierra Leone has announced that the president of Gabon will undertake a 3-day visit to Sierra Leone from Sunday to Tuesday. Speaking at a press briefing in Freetown, Deputy Minister of Information and Civic Education, Bokari Abdelaziz Bawo, said the visit is aimed at strengthening diplomatic relations and expanding cooperation between the two countries. Emmanuel Williams tells us more.
The state visit by the Gabonese President Brice Oligui Nguema to Sierra Leone is to further strengthen the diplomatic ties between the two countries, cooperation and possible areas of interventions. Deputy Minister of Information and Civic Education, Bokari Bayo, said the visit would provide an opportunity for both presidents to share experience and engage in high-level discussion covering trade, technology, and economic cooperation. During his stay, President Brice Oligui Nguema will visit selected tourist sites showcasing Sierra Leone's touristic potentials as an investment destination.
President Brice Oligui Nguema from the 2nd August in Salon. In the country seats President Julius Maada. During the visit, they will talk plenty. We will pertain to trade, investment, agriculture, technology, education, and democratic governance. Now we say they will share idea on these things.
Historically, both nations share a symbolic connection. While Sierra Leone's capital is Freetown, Gabon's capital, Libreville, also means Freetown in French. Deputy Minister also used the press briefing to encourage citizens to take active part in the constitutional review process and be counted in the upcoming census, underscoring its importance. With expectations high, this visit is seen as a key step towards strengthening diplomatic ties and unlocking economic opportunities between Sierra Leone and Gabon. The Gabonese president is expected to arrive on Sunday and depart on Tuesday, following a series of official engagements. For LCBC News, Emmanuel Williams reporting.
Well, from the presidency, we move to stories on health. Health for All Coalition Sierra Leone, in partnership with the Ministry of Health, has launched a district-level street parade as part of the 300 Days 000 campaign aimed at eliminating preventable maternal and child deaths across the country. The campaign, which is being implemented in 6 districts, including Kailaun, Kenema, Kono, Koinadugu, Falaba, and the Western Area Urban, seeks to promote 0 preventable maternal deaths, 0 preventable child deaths, and 0 unimmunized children. Emmanuel Williams again.
In these activities, we don't get a lot of success because both the mama and the pikin and kinde are alive.
A peaceful street parade from the Princess Christiana Maternity Hospital, PCMH, at Kleintown to PZ Roundabout in Freetown marked the official rollout of the campaign, drawing attention to the importance of maternal and child health. The initiative is designed to raise awareness among the public on the need for pregnant women and mothers to seek timely medical care and ensure children are fully immunized. Suleiman Brema, Senior Public Health Superintendent, Directorate of Reproductive and Child Health, Ministry of Health, said the campaign focuses on strengthening public understanding of healthcare services and to also encourage people to make use of the health facilities. The Executive Director of Health for All Coalition, Charles Mambu, said the goal of the 000 campaign is to ensure that no woman dies while giving life and no child dies from preventable causes.
All Coalition is continuing to launch 300 days activism of 000 in Sierra Leone. This is a campaign brought to Sierra Leone by the African Union and as agreed upon by all African head of state that they must take a priority to ensure their citizens in their various countries should not die, especially pregnant women should not die while giving birth, and no child should die, you know, and there is also every child should be vaccinated across the country. This is what we call 000.
Wogiatu Dumbuya, a beneficiary, testifies that the doctors have been helpful to them. The 300 Days 000 campaign continues nationwide as stakeholders work together to improve healthcare delivery and save lives. For LCBC News, Emmanuel Williams reporting.
The Ministry of Health, in collaboration with UNICEF and other partners, has marked World Breastfeeding Week with a press briefing at the National Peace Museum in Freetown, calling for greater investment in breastfeeding to improve child survival and maternal health. This year's observance themed Breastfeeding for a Sustainable Start in Life, Strengthening That Works, highlights the importance of exclusive breastfeeding during the first 6 months of a child's life. Yusuf Mosei Suma has the details.
Since 1991, the World Breastfeeding Week was initiated. It runs from the 1st to the 7th August every year. The focus is to raise awareness for the benefits of breastfeeding and encourage lactating mothers to give breast to their babies following the best health practice. The theme for this year's World Breastfeeding is Breastfeeding for Sustainable Start in Life, Strengthening What Works. During the briefing, health experts noted that exclusive breastfeeding for the first 6 months starts for every child. They said breast milk protects babies from infections, supports healthy brain development, and reduces the risk of malnutrition and childhood illnesses. Director of the Directorate of Food and Nutrition at the Ministry of Health, Millicent Mami Ali, called for the investment into breastfeeding, improve public health, protect babies from various sicknesses, and secure the well-being of children's health.
Breastfeeding is one of the smartest investments a country can make to build its future prosperity. It offers children unparalleled health and brain-building benefits. It has the power to save the lives of women and children through the world, and the power to help national economic growth through lower health care costs and smarter workforces.
Oluseyin Balogun is the Data to Action Manager for Child Health and Mortality Prevention Surveillance, CHAMS. He commended the Ministry of Health through the Directorate of Food and Nutrition for their relentless efforts in breastfeeding programs. He said breastfeeding reduces the risk of common child illnesses.
Our findings in the past 7-8 years have consistently shown that malnutrition remains an important underlying factor contributing to many child deaths. Even when a child dies from infections such as pneumonia or diarrhea diseases, poor nutritional status often increases the child's vulnerability and worsens the outcome.
UNICEF country representative Mariko Kagoshima said efficient and timely breastfeeding reduces malnutrition and protects babies' health and supports mothers' recoveries. She applauded Sierra Leone's government for its tremendous efforts in strengthening breastfeeding policies in the Breastfeeding Act 2021. Mariko Kagoshima called for a robust and continued commitment in breastfeeding by providing a special space for lactating mothers at workplaces.
We must make breastfeeding support available where mothers and babies need it most. First, in health facilities through skilled and respectful counseling. Second, at delivery through early initiation and baby-friendly health facility practices. Third, in workplace through maternity protection and breastfeeding-friendly spaces.
Officials present at the briefing also pointed out the benefit for mothers, including fast recovery after birth and reduced risk of certain cancers. UNICEF, Ministry of Health and partners reaffirmed their commitment to supporting policies that create breastfeeding-friendly environments, including maternity leave, workplace support, and counseling in health facilities. SLBC News in Freetown, Yusuf Mosiri Suma reporting.
Back to presidency, President Julius Maada Bio has called on the private sector to invest in agriculture and supports the government's Feed Salon initiative. The president made the appeal after expressing satisfaction with the significant progress at the Tomabom rice farm in southern Sierra Leone, highlighting both the scale of development and the use of modern farming technology. As State House correspondent Margaret Senge reports.
President Julius Maada Bio visited Tomabom rice farm, where Fambul Rice has cultivated 1.5 hectares of rice. The Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces has also cultivated 1.5 hectares. Meanwhile, Pavifort Construction Company is building a canal and irrigation system to support year-round farming. The president said Sierra Leone must produce the food it consumes. He called on private sector to invest in agriculture and help transform the country's food system.
At the invite Salon, private sector, we development partners for make them help we get more of these feeds around the country. All the inputs that we need. We need machines, we need fertilizer, we need other things, them inputs there for increase we yield. So I'm happy for meet with Fambul rice. I don't see plenty of them pictures there. I don't see this drone, na video, but not today. Not the first time where I don't see them in action. So I invite the one the way they sit on a Freetown, they say the public say go produce rice. At the rice now we they produce so, but not a one-day business. We get for producer, we get for produce enough, and we get for Feed Salon. And we get for supply other country then we get the money, then Salon go better. Pahupa.
President Bio also said modern technology is critical to increasing agricultural production. He described technology deployed at Tomabom as one of the best systems available for large-scale rice farming.
Now, a very good initiative on the part of this particular CDS for joining, because now that I be say, not to all over the world, not to government they produce rice. Yes, not to government they produce rice. What would they do? Like I will go back to Fambul rice, where we don't throw the challenge for also provide the incentives. Then they will provide support. When they talk about subsidies, now if we're able for help them, because we get for make sure say we de-risk for them, even the route for Kanaya. And down the IDEPA we plan. The soldier then, they don't take the challenge, especially under in leadership, right across. But I'm happy for them because and I mean, they ask for the police them. Police them now, other one where they eat rest bad. We get for make sure say next year they say they get their young field there. And they go get experience from them. Fambul Rice go teach them the technologies and the techniques, especially the agronomic practices there.
The president added that the projects will increase rice yields per hectare. He thanked private sector investors already supporting Feed Salon and encouraged more local and foreign investors to take advantage of Sierra Leone's fertile land and favorable farming conditions.
It hurts my heart that you are involved as an institution in producing rice. This is how we are going to change the narrative about Sierra Leone being a net importer of rice when we have all of these ecologies and everything that is available to us. So I want to encourage you and your team to continue to do this, and whatever support the minister knows, we within our means, we will be able to provide that for you to do more and to show the example, not just to feed the army, but also to show to the example to the whole world, especially Sierra Leoneans, that we can feed ourselves. That is the core, Feed Salon. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And I'm very much impressed with what you're doing.
He also praised the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces for cultivating the 1.5 hectares of rice and challenged the Sierra Leone police to join the initiative. President Bio announced plans to construct a road linking Tomabom and Koribondo and improve access to the farming hub. He also encouraged Fambul Rice to provide technical support to new farmers interested in rice cultivation in Tomabom. Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Henry Musakpaka, briefed the president on the ongoing investment and progress at the rice farm.
Today, now 1,000 hectare farm rice do. Across the river and the CDS cargo, we bring Boku machine and do 2,000 acre day, a plan for do even more. Then don't ready for make sure say where this infrastructure is so done.
Power pass alone for it.
Yes, they say power pass alone for it. They say then chop when days by next year, half of that day, now from then rest here where they do. Yeah, now one side we then get Boku, other side where they don't do. When we came here the first time, he wanted to stop doing everything everywhere and just come here. And so, and they really, I'm quite impressed, such difficult terrain in what they've done, and we'll be there to continue to support them. We have been supporting them and will continue to do so. It's clearly not enough for their ambition, and it makes me really happy and glad that when you made the call, institutions like Keys that he's leading have set up a private arm of this, and they are really driving this. And really for me, it's the example that you are looking for and that you've called us. And so it's good to come and see. I know I've gone other places, but it's really, this is very impressive given the terrain. And so we're very grateful for the partnership.
He thanked President Bill for his leadership and commitment to creating an environment that allows both the Ministry of Agriculture and private investors to expand food production under the Feed Salon initiative. Paramount Chief of Boom Chiefdom, Alex Mada Kaipumu, thanked President Bill for reviving the Tomabom rice farm after more than 4 decades of neglect. He also revealed that the Minister of Agriculture has visited Tomabom more than 14 times, describing it as clear evidence of government's commitment to achieving food security. The Tomabom rice farm is expected to become a major contributor to the Feed Salon initiative by boosting local rice production and strengthening Sierra Leone's drive towards food self-sufficiency. SLBC News, Margaret Senge, Tomabom.
And now we take other stories that make the news. Over 50 military officers of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces have graduated through the Junior Staff Course 2026 at the Houghton Command and Staff College, IMAT Freetown. According to the commander at Houghton Command and Staff College, Brigadier General Mohammed Ali Kamara, the course was to enhance the understanding of military duties and responsibilities in the RSLAF and develop them into capable future leaders. Moses Conte was at the event and now reports.
The graduation ceremony of the Junior Staff Course 2026 batch marked a significant milestone in the development of the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces. Out of 54 officers, 49 were from the Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, 2 from Mali, 2 from Liberia, and 1 from the Gambia. Commandant Houghton Command and Staff College Brigadier General Mohammed Ali Kamara underscored the importance of the training, admonishing the graduates to uphold discipline, integrity, and service, stating was the bedrock for professional standards.
As you return to your respective services and countries, I encourage you to uphold 3 enduring values. Discipline will keep you steadfast when you face with adversity. Integrity will guide your actions when no one is watching. And service will always remind you why you choose to be in the uniform. You will encounter situations that will test your timing, judgment, and courage. In those moments, remember not only the lessons that learned in the syndicate room, but also the friendship you build and values you embrace during this course.
Brigadier General Ali Kamara told that the college remained committed to equip officers with professional standards to serving the nation. Director of Studies, Colonel Briwa Conte, noted that training incorporates leadership and ethic, communication skills, information technology, military aid to civil power, combat estimate, international humanitarian law, and an in-depth knowledge in tri-service structures of the RSLAF. Keynote speaker, Chief of General Staff, Republic of Sierra Leone Armed Forces, Major General Sir David Thomas Gauja, said the course was a testament of the resilience posed by students to complete the training, stating the graduation marked the beginning of responsibility.
The true measure of this course will not be reflected merely in the certificates you receive today, but in the quality of leadership you demonstrate in your future appointments. Therefore, I urge you to remain lifelong learners. Continue to study, and study. Innovate and adapt to the changing character of warfare. Lead by example, respect the dignity of those under your command, uphold discipline, and remain committed to the highest standards of military professionalism.
Certificates and awards were presented to outstanding students, including the best graduating student. According to Flight Lieutenant Trafina George, lauded the leadership of the RSLAF for the training, calling on fellow graduates to put on practice skills and knowledge acquired during course.
As we stand on the threshold of returning to the field and appointment, we look back with immense gratitude at those who made this achievement possible. As we pin our new staff qualifications and step into the demanding appointment, let us carry forward the standards of excellence we have learned.
The Halting Command and Staff College of the RSLAF was established to prepare middle-level and senior military officers for higher command and staff responsibilities, to enhance strategic and operational leadership and foster regional security cooperation. Reporting for SLBC, Moses Conte.
Getting a loan, opening a bank account, or traveling is now almost impossible without a national ID card. To fix that, relief has come to thousands of people in Grafton as the National Civil Registration Authority has taken ID services straight to the community. The launch of the exercise took place at the Grafton Police Hall in the Western Area Rural District. Esther Sako reports.
For more than 20,000 residents in Grafton, Dewey and Kosso Town and its environs, having an ID card is the difference between being included in the financial system and being left out. Today, the National Civil Registration Authority launched a mobile registration exercise at the Grafton Police Hall. The goal is to cut travel costs and long queues that have kept many locals from accessing basic banking and other services. The exercise followed a meeting with tribal heads in Freetown and comes with no standard corporate fees. The National Civil Registration Authority Director General Mohamed Massakoy said the exercise is part of their goal of ensuring ID services is made available to all Sierra Leoneans. He said a specialized biometric team would be on ground for 2 weeks to capture everyone.
We are here to advance our programs of outreach services to move our identity management and registration services to the doorstep of our people. Our staff will be deployed here tomorrow. We will be here insofar as we have people who have not had IDs.
Local leaders say they are ready to support the process and get people registered.
We are happy for this gesture and we promise to support the team so the process goes smoothly.
Residents are grateful, but they also want a lasting solution so they don't have to keep waiting for mobile teams.
Those who face so many challenges, we are grateful, but we need a permanent center here to make access easier in the future.
As the NCRE prepares to roll out similar exercises nationwide, residents in Grafton say they are finally getting closer to securing their legal rights. SLBC News, Esther Sako reporting.
The Ministry of Health the National Public Health Agency and development partners officially launched the Advanced Field Epidemiology Training Program in Freetown. The program is designed to build a cadre of highly skilled public health professionals who can detect, investigate, and respond to disease outbreaks and other public health threats across Sierra Leone. Our reporter Yusuf Mosiri Suma was there and sent in this report.
The training is expected to strengthen the country's capacity for disease surveillance, data system analysis, and emergency response in line with global health security standards. Speaking at the launch, the Executive Director of the National Public Health Agency, NPHA, Professor Fodesa, said the initiative was rooted from the experience the country faced during the Ebola epidemic. He said Sierra Leone used to seek external help in outbreaks and other health difficulties, but now the country was proud to have Sierra Leonean field epidemiologists who have been deployed in neighboring countries, and by 2031, the agency and the ministry want to ensure at least one trained field epidemiologist is attached to each district across the country.
It is hard for a nation to depend on friends to understand its own suffering. That is the gap that this program is built to close.
Director of African Field of Epidemiology Network, AFINET, Simon Antara, said the launch was a remarkable progress in strengthening public health surveillance systems.
We look forward to standing to provide any support that is within our capacity at the country office level. Mentorship, internship, operational research, collaboration, and putting at your disposal the global networks and contacts of WHO to support this capacity building exercise.
As the College of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences sets to host the program on its campus, the Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University of Sierra Leone, Professor Eyalebi, commended the Ministry of Health, NPHA, and its partners for such an initiative. The Deputy Vice Chancellor of College of Medicine and Allied Health Sciences, Commerce, Professor James Russell, also commended the program, which will be hosted at the Department of Public Health and Infectious Diseases. The Minister of Health, Dr. Austin Demby, said government was committed to providing the expertise available that will be able to detect a disease before it spreads over. He said that will be achieved with active research to find out and detect accurately about outbreaks.
If you understand the burden of disease, and you understand disease trends, what does that mean? Is it just something that stays in your head? You walk around, I understand the burden of disease, I know the disease trends. You go beyond that and say, what do you do with this knowledge to prevent an outbreak in the first place? So that's really important. Understanding the burden, understanding the trends. With that knowledge, you're able to prevent an outbreak from occurring.
Partners including WHO, American Embassy CDC, World Bank, and other stakeholders pledged their support to ensure the program is sustainable and produces graduates who can serve in the ministry, NPHA, hospitals, and communities across Sierra Leone. The first cohort of trainees comprises doctors, nurses, laboratory scientists, and surveillance officers selected from across the country. Yusuf Mosiri Suma, SLBC News, Freetown.
While you're watching Weekend News live on the SLBC, we continue with more stories. The Ministry of Technical and Higher Education has unveiled the Sierra Leone Student Loan Scheme's first strategic plan. The 5-year plan, 2025 to 2030, aims to expand access to affordable financing for higher education by increasing loan beneficiaries from 168 in 2023 to 10,000 by 2030. The plan's validation ceremony held at the Ministry of Finance Conference Hall on George Street in Freetown brought together educationists and other stakeholders to review and strengthen the strategic document ahead of its implementation. Here's the report. With more than 100,000 students currently pursuing higher education across the country, the demand for accessible and sustainable student financing continues to grow. The new strategic plan is expected to address this challenge by creating a more transparent, equitable, and efficient loan scheme. Presenting the strategic framework, consultant Andrew John explained that the plan provides a comprehensive roadmap for the scheme's implementation over the next 5 years. He said the document prioritizes effective resource allocation, stakeholder engagement, risk management, and performance monitoring. According to him, the scheme aims to support 10,000 students by 2030, while improving loan recovery through the introduction of a digital repayment platform. Repayment compliance, he added, is projected to increase from 25% in 2025 to 80% by 2030. Chairperson of the Board of Trustees of the Sierra Leone Student Loan Scheme, Aissata Sita Kaikai, praised the plan in building a sustainable student financing system.
Since the establishment of the scheme, we have made inspiring progress in supporting postgraduate students and laying the institutional foundation for a sustainable revolving loan program. We have also gained valuable lessons that now position us to confidently expand into undergraduate financing while strengthening governance, operational systems, resource mobilization, and loan recovery mechanisms.
The Minister of Technical and Higher Education, Dr. Hajar Ramatulai Wuri, said the strategic plan was aligned with the government's development agenda and complements the existing Grants in Aid program by widening access to higher and technical education.
Ladies and gentlemen, the strategic plan before us is not simply a document filled with activities and timelines. It is a statement of our national ambition. It asks a straightforward question. How do we build a higher education financing system that expands opportunities while remaining financially responsible? That question matters because education is one of the strongest investments any country can make.
Student representatives welcomed the initiative but called for greater inclusivity, noting that the current student loan scheme primarily targets master's students and does not adequately address the financial needs of undergraduate students, who constitute the largest segment of learners facing financial constraints.
The loan scheme is a very good initiative, that I can tell you, but there are a number of concerns we want to raise as student leaders. And here are our concerns. Firstly, the student loan scheme at the moment is not catering for undergraduate students and those in technical and vocational institutions. And I tell you, the most vulnerable students amongst us are those in undergraduate program.
Once implemented, the 5-year strategic plan is expected to serve as the blueprint for expanding equitable access to higher and technical education while ensuring the long-term sustainability of the Sierra Leone Student Loan Scheme. For SLBC News, Esther Suzanette Bassi reporting. Well, it's now time for a segment, beginning with our international news.
Hello and welcome to the international news with me, Moses Conte. Britain's government has said that 752 migrants were detected arriving in small boats across the channel. The issue of tens of thousands of irregular migrants arriving in small boats each year has vexed successive British government and failed support for the Hard Right Reform UK party. In a bid to deter the arrivals, UK authorities have also started criminally prosecuting migrants who have navigated the small boats, a perilous journey across one of the world's busiest shipping routes. French authorities said the 4 migrants had died in 2 separate attempts to cross the channel. The International Monetary Fund has said that it has completed 2 reviews of some facilities for Egypt. Prime Minister Mustafa had said the global lender praised the government's policy response, including exchange rate flexibility, price reforms, and fiscal discipline. Egypt will also have access to some $272 million under the Resilient and Sustainable Facility. The IMF said Egypt's economy has remained resilient to spillovers from the ongoing war in the Middle East, having entered the period in a stronger macroeconomic position. It warned, however, that significant vulnerabilities remain, including public debt and a large state role in the economy. Liberian law enforcement agent has burned some 4.2 metric tons of cocaine worth about $336 million. Days after authorities announced the country's largest ever drug seizure and implicated senior police officials in the trafficking operation. Authorities said investigators identified officials who had already helped escort the cocaine after it arrived in Liberia. The chief of the highway patrol and the head of the major crimes unit have been charged, while a deputy police commander at the country's main airport is also a suspect. Police Inspector General George O.W. Coleman said a Serbian national and a dual Colombian Spanish national were arrested and were being questioned. Activists gathered in Kenya's capital of Nairobi to demand the release of Uganda opposition leader Kizza Besigye, a day after he collapsed in court in Kampala. The activities described Kizza's condition as critical and accused the Uganda authorities of frustrating due process in the opposition leader's treason case. The case against Dr. Besigye is controversial as Uganda's President Museveni and his son, Military Chief General Muhoozi, have already weighed in against him. Muhoozi alleging that Dr. Kizza plotted to kill his father has previously described the opposition figure as a dead man walking. That's it for the international news. I am Moses Conte.
Many thanks to Moses Conte for that international news update. Away from there, let's join our entertainment desk.
Hello and welcome to another update of our exciting entertainment news with me, Abdul Mansari. In this edition of Entertainment News, SLBC speaks to 7 years old up-and-coming artist Tendoz. And of course, One Nation Reggae Festival names Busy Signal as headliner for Volume 2.
All picket for go school. Go school. I want go school. Make me go school. Education sweet and to be some.
Oh yes, that's the voice of Alhaji Abdullah Ramadan Fona, aka the Pikindem Principal. He is a very young, talented Sierra Leonean artist with great vision. The youngster is 7 years old and has released 6 solid tracks: Go School, Pray for Salon, Bad Sababu, and more. Let's get a feel of what he has done.
Like you know they work, yeah. Some man they sell, like you know they sell, yeah. Some man they do, like you know they do, yeah. Some man they do, like you know they do, yeah. Some man they hustle, like you know they hustle, alright, at Sababu.
Yeah, Lewitanka Bad Sababu. Oh yeah, Bad Sababu. Lewitanka Bad Sababu. Alright, the song is classy indeed. And according to Tendoz, he lived with his father, stating he is happy that his father is his strong supporter.
I dey go to America. I send Papa there.
Okay.
I be yours.
Okay. The young superstar calls for support stating he is passionate in creating tough music for the country.
I don't do 6 music. So if I plan for do another one there, if you help me, I go do that.
The father of Tendoz, Abdul Fona, said he was an artist but gave up his dreams and focused on his son when he noticed his talents, noting he is his son's writer.
When I practice, I will meet the store, so impact the store. I mean, everything where I practice, they go up here. When me the singing back, they back up, I decide to say, oh, I need to focus on me picking.
Mr. Fona explains some of his challenges in supporting his son's career.
As I talk to you now, this is my picking, Tendoz the picking in principal, the man we come for change salon music trust. This bubble, I took in Granny Ide, Kuntolo, we really restrain, me they don't move community. Wherever you do, Europe, Asia, any part of the country where they on the world, we need help. But some people, the riches they come at a young age, you don't need to let them go. You understand? And with the serious country nowadays, if it's somebody not get usai, they engage himself, believe they go astray.
Yeah, alright. As you can see, Tendoz is really talented. And in fact, Sierra Leone is blessed with lots of talent. Please, Sierra Leoneans, let's embrace him and continue to promote him. Keep pushing, Tendoz. The wait is finally over for reggae fans in Sierra Leone. Last year, the One Nation Reggae Festival features Sizzla Kalonji, Christopher Martins, and others. But this year's organizers of the One Nation Reggae Festival have officially confirmed Jamaican star Busy Signal as their headliner for 2nd edition or Volume 2. Of course, he is one of the best Jamaican dancehall artists.
I can't resist you, miss you, baby, miss you.
Girl, you all I need. Alright, that's the sound of Busy Signal. The One Nation Reggae Festival Volume 2 is scheduled for 25th to 30th November 2026. The announcement, which was made by the organizers, was made simultaneously at 4 watch parties in Freetown, the Eastern Region, Makeni, and Bow. Oh yeah, it's exciting indeed, and we can't wait to rock with you, Busy Signal. Well, that's all we have for you in this edition of Entertainment News, and I have been your presenter, Abdul Mansari. Bye-bye.
Well, many thanks to our entertainment desk for that exciting updates. And now to end the news, the main points again. President Julius Maada Bio has called on the private sector to invest in agriculture and support the government's Feed Saloon initiative. The president made the appeal after expressing satisfaction with the significant progress at the Tomabom Rice Farm in southern Sierra Leone, highlighting both the scale of development and the use of modern farming technology. Health for All Coalition Sierra Leone, in partnership with the Ministry of Health, has launched a district-level street parade as part of the 300 Days 000 campaign aimed at eliminating preventable maternal and child deaths across the country. The campaign, which is being implemented in 6 districts including Kailaun, Kenema, Kono, Koinadugu, Falaba, and Western Area Urban, seeks to promote 0 preventable maternal deaths, 0 preventable child deaths, and 0 unimmunized children. And finally, the Sierra Leone Bar Association has postponed its annual general meeting and elections, which were scheduled to take place on Friday and Saturday at the Freetown International Conference Center in Aberdeen. The decision follows an incident in which police prevented members of the association from accessing the conference hall, citing security reasons. But that's how we wrap up this edition of Weekend News from the SLBC. I have been your anchor, Esther Susan. Thanks for watching. Continue to stay glued. Have a wonderful night and a blessed weekend.